only 2 meetings so far, and both taken by Moya. And surprisingly, both on the hard course.
That is surprising. You would figure 2-0 it was on clay, but not so. But Moya has made it clear that he does not want to be thought of as strictly a hometown guy playing only on clay. And he showed that in Australia. The hard court there, very similar to this court in Indy and the court the U.S. Open will be played on at Flushing Meadow starting a week from tomorrow.
So Carlos Moya serving to begin this championship match. Cross-court winner to start it all off for Bjorkman. Don't forget yesterday, he never let Woodford get off early. Broke him 3 times in the opening set.
Bageled him in that opener. On the baseline. Bjorkman was out here earlier practicing on this court. Moya never got here. There was so much rain. Jonas was practicing with his doubles partner, Niklas Kulti, and they're also in the doubles final later on.
15-30, and as you talk about that, the possibility for Bjorkman today to win a total of $181,000. $150,000. First place prize in the singles.
Suppose he can't do a thing. He won't go away a pauper, will he? Does he make about 90 if he loses both?
At least.
Opportunity there. Saw his chance after he hit that backhand cross court to sneak up. The ball hit the line and Jonas was on his way.
Makes 96 to be exact. 96,000 if he loses both. Double break point. Off one. Yesterday, Bjorkman, we talked about that, broke Woodford in the very first service game. Moya also the broken in his first service game by Ferreira yesterday.
This was a 13-stroke rally, but number 13 was unlucky for Jonas.
Grip on their finances.
Join us on Monday
on the European Money Wheel.
On Monday, National Geographic Television gives you the chance to marvel at a living giant. A creature nearly 60 times our weight, which will often allow itself to be bent to our will. But sometimes it can be dangerous and even deadly. A close-up, dramatic and sometimes disturbing look at nature's majestic giants, the elephants. National Geographic Television, Monday at 1800 CET, 1700 UK on NBC.
The excitement is building. The 1997 Baseball World Series is on its way, and NBC and Major League Baseball want you to be part of the action. Just hit the NBC Europe website, and you and a guest could win round-trip airfare, 4 nights accommodation, and tickets for a World Series game. Enter now. Just surf over to www.nbceurope.com. It's your chance to experience the World Series up close and personal. Brought to you by Major League Baseball and NBC.
What do these two have in common?
Funny face.
An unerring sense of humor? Loved by all.
They want me.
Undefeatable wit. Superb style.
I am Latin.
There we go.
And plenty of panache. A dynamic duo, a perfect pair.
That's the way to get the show started.
The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Only on NBC, where the stars come out at night.
What a difference today makes. You'll be looking through your window to the world. Around the world on location. Today's global observation. Our forecast on the screen. Film reviews with Gene. Katie and Matt have that chemistry. Looking through your window to the world, you'll see real life, and it all starts with today. Yeah, what a difference today makes. Gotta start with today. What a difference. What a difference today makes. You gotta start with today.
Rainy Indianapolis, Joel Myers along with Bud Collins. And an early break for Bjorkman. He is serving now for the first time of the match in the far court.
Moya shows you that he can come in, taking the short ball.
Bjorkman started the year. He is in the top 5 in match victories with 44. Started the year 69th in the world and will go into the top 20 with his championship appearance, but the first time in his career.
And last year, his singles record was 25-25. 500.
Saw those semifinal appearances today, looking for his second tour victory.
The shot that brought down Mark Woodford yesterday. The backhand down the line. Usually it was a passing stroke. And he's quick to take it on the rise. Well, that's Jonas in full pride. He loves to serve and volley. And he leaps into the court as he delivers, as did Stefan Edberg. But he doesn't foot fault as he does it.
Well-timed approach. Perfect placement in the volley. He was not afforded the elite status of the Swedish Federation at an early age because he didn't quit playing serious hockey until he was 15.
And Rudy Berger in the umpire's chair calls the let from Munich.
A hold at 15 for Bjorkman in a very impressive start. So Moya serving for the second time in this championship match. Broken the first time and trailing 2-love. This is the spot where Moya turned it on yesterday, though. Herrera had him down 2 games to none.
Exactly.
It all started with a bang for Carlos Moya. At the Australian Open, a championship appearance against Pete Sampras in the final. 5th right now in match victories with 42. This is his 4th final of the year. 0-3 in the previous tries. Moya, the aggressor there, but maybe taking a little bit of a page out of Bjorkman's book early.
Well, he likes to come to the net. He just isn't as avid about playing serve and volley. But if he has a short ball to work with, a ball bouncing around the service line, he'll go with it. And his power begins to increase as the match goes on. Smart play by Jonas.
Put him deep in the corner.
Jonas finishing a sneak volley there. He sensed that Moya's shot would land around the service line. He says, why let it land?
And now another break chance right away for the red-hot Bjorkman.
That looked long, but still playing.
Cross-court winner and a must for Moya.
Jonas came in a little unwisely, I'd say, on a high-rolling topspin cross-court ball.
Break opportunity right now. Bjorkman with 8 winners compared to only 1 for Moya. That was that backhand cross-court winner he needed on the last break opportunity. Good time for an ace, and the very first one for Moya. Back to deuce. Another sensational first serve. Moya is trying to become the 4th Spaniard to win a title this year. Mantilla with 4, Correia with 3, and Albert Costa with the other one.
Mantilla's won his last 2 tournaments. And this is one good thing about the Spaniards. They're great pals, but they push each other.
So Moya escapes a couple of break points for Bjorkman. Holds for the first time on Championship Sunday. They go to the winners. The large ones, at least. Carlos Moya down a break right now to Jonas Bjorkman. Moya in his 4th final of the year, a successful year. But he has still not been able to pick up a championship in the scouting report, Bud.
Well, these show his virtues, but the one that is immeasurable is his big heart. He is very competitive.
We've talked about him going into the finals. Pete Sampras in the first Grand Slam of the year, the Australian Open. Let's not lose sight that he beat Becker and Michael Chang to get to Sampras.
By then, after 2 weeks of labor, he was easy game for Pete. Pete winning his 9th major and would follow up with his 10th at Wimbledon.
Bjorkman serving 3-2 up a break in this opening set. Beautiful bender for his first ace. Has to be for his father, though. We mentioned a mailman back in Sweden who got him started in the game of tennis and still coaches him to a certain extent.
Well, Lars Bjorkman loves tennis, and he used to have a match with Benny Appel, Jonas' ex-doubles partner. Every time there was a Davis Cup match, the 2 fathers would show up and play each other. You'd never find out the result from them. Pell, who was Bjorkman's terrific partner, has finally recovered from shoulder problems and is back on the tour.
Another successful net approach, following in a very deep one for Jonas Bjorkman. This has been his breakthrough year of his career, but most of that prize money until this year came in doubles competition.
Right. And most of it with Jonas Pell.
And he will become the second Swede in the top 20. Joining Thomas Inquist.
He's playing doubles in the final day with Niklas Kulti. Had to break up with Pell because Jan was injured. Now, where is Carlos? He's back on the baseline, not looking for this. Nifty drop indeed.
So a third consecutive hold for Jonas Bjorkman, all three at 15. At a 4-2 advantage up a break in his opening set.
Ladies prefer him with the longer hair, the shoulder-length locks that were trimmed by the Spanish Army.
He lost the locks, and we mentioned it yesterday, maintained a sense of humor after they cut his hair for a stint in the Spanish military reserve. He said, "I may have lost my hair, but I have not lost my power."
I feel the same way.
Similar situation for you, bud.
Very. Oh, it's in play. Moya just wasn't playing it, and
he thought it was long.
He was right, I think, but you don't stop playing a point when you don't hear anything.
You're hitting the line. In the line.
Berger?
Berger says it was on the line, so he confirms the call.
It looked like it clipped the baseline.
It did indeed, but it's too casual by Moya.
So he takes it out with his third ace. Don't get him angry, I guess. All. He has regularly over the first few games of this match gone deep into the backhand corner and followed it in.
Now Jonas, seeing that Carlos was deep in the court, came in for this. He's quick to seize the opportunity.
Great point. Starting to come up some winners of his own, this time to the cross court.
Yeah, this will be the winning shot, but he was set it up with a brilliant forehand down the left line. Not an easy shot to hit.
Under the break chance for Bjorkman, but Moya does it again. He escapes. 4-3 though, Bjorkman in this opening set.
You're watching NBC, where the stars come out at night.
Tonight, Talkin' Jazz pays homage to Brazilian icon Antonio Carlos Jobim.
My father used to be a musician, arranger. Nobody knew anything about him.
Until he wrote a song that captured the imagination of the whole world.
With a girl from Ipanema, suddenly he was a big hit.
And meet a female saxophonist who's taking the jazz industry by storm. Talkin' Jazz, Sunday at 2000 CET, 1900 UK on NBC.
A new series of NBC's terrifying Profiler is on the horizon, and Agent Bailey Malone is jetting into NBC Europe HQ to undergo intensive cyber questioning. On Thursday, September the 4th at 2100, actor Robert Darby will be tackling your questions live on the World Wide Web. To take part, hit the NBC Europe website, www.nbceurope.com. Then stand by for your chance to turn the spotlight on Profiler's Robert Darby with NBC.
Europe's biggest racing yachts will be making waves as they set sail for action in the Round Europe Yacht Race. Don't miss the excitement. Monday at 2100 CET, 2000 UK on NBC, in association with Ericsson and Nicorette.
Hello there, I'm Jason Roberts. Here's what you can look forward to on the Ticket NBC on Monday. We mingle with the stars at the Hollywood premiere of Money Talks. Talk to Swedish band The Wannadies as they hit the road again. And meet the maker of the new Belgian film, Marvia Rose.
The Ticket NBC, Monday at 1900 CET, 1800 UK on NBC, where the stars come out at night.
When you're away on business, never lose sight of what's really important. Great entertainment. NBC Europe is available in over 450,000 quality hotel rooms throughout Europe. Make sure you're staying in one of them. You deserve to be entertained. Ask for NBC in your hotel.
Welcome back once again to the RCA Championships in Indianapolis. Joel Myers along with Bud Collins. We talked about the brilliant beginning to the tour campaign for Carlos Moya. He went into the championship match, the first Grand Slam of the year. Pete Sampras, as you look at match point there for the Australian Open, defeated him 2-3-3 in straight sets. But everybody knew that Carlos Moya, not only around to stay, but he is going to be one of the best players in the world in a very short period of time. Currently ranked number 9 right now.
And you saw the flowing tresses in that vignette from Melbourne. Now, I think Carlos Moya plays too far back to receive serve. He's almost 2 yards. And I think this is one of the problems the European clay court guys have. Thomas Muster plays way, way back. And you can be out of the point before it even starts. But it's their preference from clay.
The powerful two-fisted backhand does it again for Bjorkman.
That really was a killer against Mark Woodford. But he didn't hit it very well when he played Todd Woodbridge, Mark's partner. And now let's watch. This is what I mean about him standing so far back. I think it's too far back to stand on a hard court. And this helps the volleyer, although the volleyer did not help himself there.
While other Spaniards stayed away and in droves from Wimbledon. You have to give him credit. He did go to the grass courts this year. He wants to be an all-surface champion.
And he won a round, and he lost in the second round to a good volleying American, Richie Renneberg. Now, there's an overrule by umpire Rudy Berger.
And a good one. Right in front of us, Bud.
Right, it was long.
Saying, where was mine earlier? 30-15.
Moya's got to get the forehand. And again. That's a terrible error. That's another one. That's 6 unforced errors.
And the possibility of a 4th consecutive hold to start this match at 15 for Bjorkman. What a get by Moya. And brought it back nicely.
Racing, and then hitting a winner on the next shot. Will be replayed as a let. Was a fine low return, and even Jonas, as close to the net as he was, couldn't deal with it. Now Jonas, right inside the service line, but perhaps didn't get down low enough.
What a pass. So the first opportunity for a break now for Carlos Moya. Trying to get back on serve in this opening set. And again, the aggressive play of Bjorkman, following it in.
He lives with aggression, and if he's to win, he'll have to keep it up. Because Carlos is starting to get his ground strokes in order.
6 love and overhead winners. Deuce number 2 for Bjorkman. Game point now for the Swede. And again, a great half volley up close by Bjorkman to hold and take a 5-3 lead in this first set. Bjorkman has had all the answers, Bud.
And Carlos still hasn't found his lobbing touch. He had Bjorkman so tight to the net there, but he couldn't lift anything.
No finesse in that point from either player. Power from the baseline. Moya serving, trying to extend this opening set.
What a bludgeon.
Leaders this year on tour and match victories. Well, Bjorkman only topped by the workaholic Michael Chang, and Moya not far behind with 42.
And 2 other Spaniards in there, Mugera and Mantilla. Now that is aggression.
His plan of attack, though, well orchestrated, because when he is ready to go in for that net approach, he's usually going deep into the backhand corner of Moya. double set point coming up for Bjorkman. Moya stays alive in this first set.
Goes with the second serve.
A double fault to the first set for Bjorkman. We move forward to the match now. In the second set, we pick up play with Carlos Moya serving. Bjorkman leading 5-4. It looked like Moya was going to get an opportunity to possibly look at a break. A couple of shots got real loose at the end of that service game, though, for Bjorkman.
Well, Moya was just too terrible in forced errors. Now, I think Bjorkman's going to play very aggressive. He's going to have second serves to work with because he can end it right here. Possibility for aggression there. Moya had him pinned behind the baseline. Net cord. Oh.
What a break off the tape for Carlos Moya. Trying to tie things up in the second set at 5-all and 2 points away from accomplishing that.
Here's the break right here. Net cord skipper. The same net that wouldn't permit Bjorkman's volley to go over in the previous game.
Florian wasn't close. Safe to say that Moya is the best player on tour this year that has not won a title.
Good point.
He's not been able to clear that final hurdle. On the line. It was all set up, and we talked about it before, by that great serve in the body of Bjorkman. And it is even at 5-all.
You're watching NBC, where the stars come out at night.
On Monday, National Geographic Television gives you the chance to marvel at a living giant. A creature nearly 60 times our weight, which will often allow itself to be bent to our will. But sometimes it can be dangerous, and even deadly. A close-up, dramatic, and sometimes disturbing look at nature's majestic giants, the elephants. National Geographic Television, Monday at 1800 CET, 1700 UK on NBC.
Hello, I'm Alan Wogan.
Tanya Shields.
Nigel Robertson in the news in Europe this hour.
Rome, Israel,
Poland,
Britain.
Stay informed with NBC. Every day, every hour.
Fierce fighting.
8 people have been
in a bomb attack in Algeria.
Ending 30 years of military rule.
Clear, concise, comprehensive. Stay current with the news with NBC's hourly updates from 0700 to 2300 CET on NBC.
Golf on NBC. Featuring the top players in the biggest events with the greatest coverage of more golf than any other pan-European broadcaster. Europe's finest. The players, the competitions, the brilliance.
Straight into the hole.
In the battle for the PGA European Championship. The power, touch, and skill of the women's game.
Look at that.
And the big guns in the US. The legends. And the shooting stars. Get to the heart of the action. Suffer the agony of failure. And in victory, the ecstasy of success. It's all here, from tee to green, fairway to flag, covering the premier events across the globe. Golf on NBC.
Wake up to NBC for an hour of news that covers the world. The News with Brian Williams. From MSNBC, the partnership of NBC News and Microsoft, comes The News with Brian Williams. Tuesday through Saturday mornings, an hour of news to start your day. Stay in touch. Stay informed. The News with Brian Williams. Tuesday through Saturday at 0700 CET, 0600 UK on NBC.
What is cable? Cable is multi-channel, multi-choice television. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's the one powerful link to transform all your entertainment, communication, and information needs. Cable is future technology now. Multi-channel, multimedia, multi-purpose. In one word, cable is choice. And for Rotterdam, it's Eneco.
Well, both these guys will be at the Hamlet Cup out on Long Island. Precedes the U.S. Open, and a lot of the boys from Barcelona will be in Boston at Longwood, too, for the MFS Championships, including Courageous, who will be top seed.
Beautiful angle to the first serve, set it all up for Bjorkman and his net approach.
And Boris Becker will reappear in Boston. He's had a rough summer since Wimbledon. And the great, huge Arthur Ashe Stadium will be opened a week from Monday evening, a parade of former U.S. champions at Flushing Meadow.
Bjorkman's been to the net now. He's ready to come in after that 44 times and been successful on 32 of those 44. Moya, only 11.
That's why he's ahead.
Great court coverage by Bjorkman. And Moya moving him side to side.
He just practically came out of his shoes, but King Carlos was there.
That was the first overhead winner, to further illustrate how little Moya's been up at the net compared to Bjorkman. First overhead winner for Moya. Misses like that from Bjorkman today. He wins in singles. He wins in doubles. He walks away with $186,000 today.
I don't think he can walk away. Somebody have to carry him. His pockets will be so heavy. That forehand failed him on second serve so many times.
But he doesn't go to get it early. As you mentioned, he's well behind the baseline.
Yeah. I'll speak to him about that. What a good kid. All the Spaniards eat together for the most part. Great spirit among them. They have a restaurant they love to go to, a little pizzeria in Rome called Serenissima. They gather. It's sort of family style. Wonderful place to go. Nobody speaks a word of English. Too casual, Jonas.
Especially on a game point. You go up 6-5. That takes us to deuce.
I wonder what he was thinking here, or if he was thinking at all. As soon as the ball touched his racket, he knew he had done wrong.
game point Bjorkman to go up 6-5.
That Bjorkman forehand, the way he hits it, it's really a blackjack shot. Oh, he's throwing his arm right at it with it.
Game Bjorkman. Moya serving to stay in the match now. Trying to force a tiebreak in the second set after Jonas Bjorkman took the opening set 6-3. Joel Myers along with Bud Collins back in Indianapolis. Great placement and power to boot on that first serve. Pace for the ground strokes. Carlos Moya. Will he able to move around to Bjorkman?
He's getting more power all the time. And he'll like that. Point at the net. Not an everyday occurrence the way this is going.
A point away from a tiebreak. So we will go to a tiebreak in the second set. We talked about the focus and the intestinal fortitude of Moya.
I'm surprised that Bjorkman only 500 on the tiebreakers, 6 out of 12, because of his aggression. And you have to play tiebreakers with an offensive bent, or you should. Like that.
Too good a volley. Such an even match. In fact, at this point of the second set, only 7 more winners for Bjorkman over Moya. Unforced errors, almost identical. Pass was there, just flipped the tape. 1-all.
The big tiebreaker of the week was that 12-10 that Wayne Ferreira won over Magnus Larsson, saving 2 points in the third set Friday evening.
A little break there for Bjorkman. The second serve of Moya. Talk about tie breaks. Magnus Larsson took out Pete Sampras, but some anxious moments in that tie break.
2 tiebreakers Magnus won. Pete did not lose his serve, and yet was gone. 8-6 in the third set tiebreaker.
Pete dug himself that hole of 6 love in that third set tiebreak.
Winning 5 in a row, but not getting even.
Point of the match.
Absolutely. That was the 24th stroke that went into the net.
Moya breaks right back. Ties it up at 2.
Hit him.
long with Moya out of position.
We saw everything on that point. Jonas saved one of those with a chop. And then that lob that nearly struck Moya, which would have been loss of point, of course. He was totally disoriented.
The wind is kicked up, in all fairness to Moya. They will change sides. It is now 3-all in the tiebreak after Bjorkman took the opening set 6-3, trying to close it out here for his second title of the year and the second title of his career.
Second ball. Bjorkman wants to go in with it. It's not too deep a serve.
Turn to placement.
Just
down
what
the
he
sideline.
He hesitated for an instant, and I thought he wasn't going to follow.
First serve percentage way down in this set for Bjorkman. Now a couple of huge ones. Inches wide. And now the first 2-point advantage for either player in the tiebreak. 5-3 Bjorkman.
Jonas sticking with what got him here to within 4 points of title. 2 points.
So now some championship points coming up for Jonas Bjorkman on Moya's serve.
Serve and volley, and the next one will be easy. And how low he was for that first volley.
It's long, and Bjorkman has the championship at this year's RCA. The 25-year-old from Sweden moving into the top 20 for the first time in his career, and his crowning glory with his second career title here in Indianapolis this afternoon. The second career title comes in Indianapolis. 25-year-old Jonas Bjorkman. Now for Bud Collins, I'm Joel Myers. Thanks for joining us. So long, everybody, from Indianapolis.